can smoke a cigarette in this motherfucker, kid. I'm really waiting for that day. Nigga, I was fucking with you for. You talking all that shit you do, show me if it's true or not. Oh, yeah. Keep talking all that shit you do, show me if it's true or not. And I hate being by myself, so you think it's you or not. You would think we from the right or white, my niggas do or die. When I push up to these motherfuckers, show them who they not. His name get put up on that list, that nigga keep on moving. Bitch said she had something for me, asked her if it's blue or not. Oh shit, I was Paris for months. Feel like I'm running from home, shit. Need something more than this blunt. I keep drowning my pain in these hoes. They keep telling me never look back. What the fuck is that review for? They keep telling me let it all stay, but I'ma blow it with a clear little hoe. Shit, I broke every rule, but I live by a few. Scars to face, no, I couldn't just close. Play with his face on the shirt on the nose, shit. Don't get it confused.
I'd like to welcome you to Motherfucking World's Greatest Podcast in the...
Doing what's up, fellas?
What's good? What's good? What's good with the people?
Shit.
Oh, shit. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Apologize for my tardiness.
No, it's all right. You know, it's America. No one's ever on time here.
Facts. Capitalism, they say.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm sorry. I thought I dropped something. Sorry. Very fluid over here, you guys.
Got you dropped the gas?
Yeah. New episode, you guys. Podcast. What has been taking place in the world, you may ask, that we need to talk about?
Besides Kanye?
Oh, Kanye.
I said besides, Charles.
Oh, besides. Oh, yeah, maybe we should get to the other things besides Kanye before we get to him. So there's going to be an election season is upon us.
November 8th, right?
November 8th. Make sure you guys go register to vote, do all that good stuff.
After you registered to vote? Real nigga.
Like that. You know, we're not telling you who to vote for. We're just telling you to register to vote. What else is out here in the world? Oh, we're about to be daylight savings time. This is going to be the last daylight savings time, correct?
It is the last one.
This is the one that's coming up. So this weekend will be your last. So since this is our last daylight savings times we're going to have in the history of mankind, it seems like. Do you have anything that you want to reminisce on with daylight savings time?
No, nigga, what is that a reminisce?
What are you talking about? This is part of history that will no longer be here.
Nigga, I'm fine with it. I never was a fan of it, bro.
So you don't like either one. You don't like the spring, fall back, spring forward.
Yes, sir.
You don't like either one. Neither one of them tickled your fancy.
Nah, they just always came at, I feel like, the wrong time for me. It's just
you was fucking with Arizona, huh?
Yeah, like, bro, like, and honestly, I mean, like, the way that the world has been lately, like,
the way the world has been,
the times are like
the world has been lately.
The sun and shit, like, going up and down is way different than what it was when we were younger. Like, yes, it made a bigger difference. What do you mean? What does it mean? It made a bigger difference.
I just want a little explanation, Chan. I'm seriously in quiz.
I'm sick of Joe Burrow. What do you mean? Like,
equators
have changed. Like, access points have changed. Like, the sun is not rising and falling at the same time that it used to when we were kids. So this daylight saving, nigga, it's been getting darker now. Before this daylight saving time shit happened. So now you're telling me it's about to get even. It's probably gonna get dark at like 4 o'clock now, bro.
No, I think.
Or is it going forward? Or is it going back?
It's going back.
Because that's what I'm saying. We do this all.
What I'm saying is it's probably still gonna get dark at 5, bro.
I don't think we understand. The next year. That's gonna be the last one.
We're gonna be vibing.
And then we're not. And then they're not. So next in 2000,
I think this spring was the last one because they voted it in this spring.
That's what I'm saying. So when we go, they're not gonna fall back again. So
and we're not springing forward in 2023.
I feel like it's not even gonna make no difference, man.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Ultimately, it doesn't change.
Shit is different now. Like it's not even gonna feel no different.
But you think the sun is different to a point where it's affecting the hour? Because you know daylight savings time was for crop season. Like that was the real thing for it.
Not everyone does it. This is not like a universal thing.
The East Coast does it, and we've seen.
No. I'm talking about like around the world. Like there's certain countries who have stopped.
Just our hemisphere.
over the last 25 years, there's countries that have reneged on daylight saving times, because it was originally established by some man in Europe for crops. Like he was like, "Yo, we need more sunlight in the summertime to grow crops." And
why is it gone now? Is it because the shit is different now? Is it because we lost these access points at this point?
No,
it's because the equator is not the equator anymore.
It doesn't. I don't think. I get what you're saying, but I don't think it has anything to actually do with that.
It is literally say fuck it.
Literally, the introduction of it was just because
it's the equator.
It was because somebody was like, "Yo, we need more
spreading.
We need more time to work, bro. We need more time to work."
That anymore. Like
that's all. That's all it is.
If it's that, then
that was the original. I'm telling you, that was the original reason for.
Before they did that, they went off the lunar jump. They went off the moon. That's why they got the strawberry moon and all that shit.
Shit is this now. It ain't this. It's like this.
What you mean? The Earth always been out of axis though.
But the axis is not. So nigga, the equator.
Honestly, this is why I love having this conversation, because I just like when niggas just get to having to discuss random
the Earth
shit.
always been out of axis. It's not like the way you see it on a globe when it's on a on a flat surface. That's not how the Earth is.
It's not that. So whatever it was,
it's out of axis.
That axis is now a different axis at this point. That's what I'm saying. It's not what it was.
So you saying that it tilted more?
Yes, it's been tilted more. This is why climate change and all this shit is here too. It's all that, son. It's all that. It's all of that.
Even though they say we're rotating further from the sun, further than we ever have.
Once again,
so what
because if that's the case, then that means Earth is flat. That means it's going out of orbit.
I just want to point. Because
that's the only way that the Earth would get thrown off.
My daylight savings time thing was created by some random guy in Europe.
Because once the Earth gets thrown out of orbit, then the rotation of the planet starts shifting.
All the way the world. This
and
is
that's how that works.
You guys are gonna have to figure
this out. But I'm saying, so what's interesting, if you're saying we're moving further from the sun, right?
Not me.
I'm here for this. He said, not me. They. Who is they?
NASA and them.
So okay. NASA saying we're moving further from the sun.
Because I was going to ask O'Matter who said that the axis thrown off, but I didn't want to ask that.
Off. But if NASA's saying that we're moving further from the sun, that means that Earth should be getting cooler, in which the Earth is not getting cooler because shit is melting. That means the fucking Earth is getting warmer. But at the same
time, we have gases on Earth that stay in our
atmosphere.
Just so that I just want to get this off before you guys continue.
Oh, he Googled some shit.
Modern day daylight savings time was invented by a man named George Hudson in 1895.
Definitely English.
Okay, ancient civilizations adjusted daily schedules to the sun more flexible than daylight saving times does, often dividing daylight into 12 hours regardless of daytime, so that each daylight hour became progressively longer during spring and shorter during autumn. For example, the Romans kept time with water clocks that had different scales for different months of the year. At Rome's latitude, the third hour from sunrise started at 9:02 solar time and lasted 44 minutes at the winter solstice, but at the summer solstice, it started at 6:58 and lasted 75 minutes. From the 14th century onward, equal-length civil hours supplanted unequal ones, so civil time no longer varied by season. Unequal hours are still used in a few traditional settings, such as monasteries of Mount Athos and in Jewish ceremonies. Benjamin Franklin published the proverb "early to bed"
Eastern Europe
and "early to make man's healthy."
My bad, Charles.
During his time in America, went to France. 17 Franklin did not actually propose daylight savings times. 18th century Europe did not even keep precise schedules.
Of course.
However, this changed as rail transport and communication networks.
Multiple plagues in the century.
Yeah, required a standardization of time unknown in Franklin's day. Franklin did not give us daylight savings time.
You want to cite your sources? Who's just?
I want to know who your sources are.
Okay, so my first source
whatever channels I'll be watching.
Wow, okay.
Nat Geo, all them.
No, they good. I fuck with Nat Geo.
But I think about the Romans came from a book called Berthold, 1918, Daylight Savings in Ancient Rome. My second source came from When to Recite the Blessing. These are Hebrew words that I cannot say. Not that I can't, I just don't know how to pronounce them,
Don't want to disrespect the language.
Go for it.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so New Zealand etymologist George Hudson first proposed modern daylight saving time. His shift work job gave him leisure time to collect insects and led him to value after hours daylight. In 1895, he presented a paper to the Wellington Philosophical Society proposing a 2-hour daylight saving shift, and considerable interest was expressed in Christchurch. He followed up with the 1898 paper. Many publishers credit the Daylight Saving Times proposal to prominent English builder and outdoorman William Willett, who independently conceived Daylight Saving Times 10 years later in 1905.
So to get to the bottom of this.
So essentially, this shit really got implemented in the 1800s, is what we're saying. So we've only had
the end of the 1800s. Shit only been a thing for like 100
some odd years, right?
I stabbed this.
I'm not vibing with it, so I'm not fucking with them, bro.
Almost 120.
Actually,
I'm not vibing with them, bro.
all right. So this is my smack brain. Okay.
All right.
Stay with me.
I like that.
If we
about to go play
are going to take away the idea of daylight savings time as a whole, like majority of the rest of the countries in the world, right? And the last time they did this was 1895 around that era. Are we
Let's see where he's going
to take ourselves back
fake civilized back to
pre-daylight savings times? Because when we stop moving the time,
abortion was stamped illegal back then.
No, not like actual, but like, will something change within the flow of the world? Because the last time we stopped, that's what the world was like. Like 1895 was the last time. Technically, we did not have daylight saving times as a concept. Now, in 2023, will be the next time we do not have daylight savings time as a concept.
120 years later.
How does that balance?
I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
You don't think like the moons and the shits and all that is there?
I think niggas stop paying attention to this shit.
You don't think like there's a little bit something off the equilibrium?
Needed that.
Just a little bit? No? Okay. Just curious.
I'm a fan of.
I think niggas start paying to water levels and shit like that more.
I'm a fan of this shit's been changing.
I mean,
what's gonna change? The Earth is none of that shit's changing. If anything, it's our body clocks.
Well,
what we're used to is going to allegedly change.
Maybe we'll grow taller.
The shit that's happening every day is not going to change just because we now think that 5 is 4.
Why not?
Why would it?
They say that they can statistically prove that there are more accidents the hours after the daylight savings time change when they do it in the days when they actually change, go back and forth. Okay. So what I'm saying is
that's one day.
That's what I'm saying. So
now that's going to be eliminated.
What I'm saying, over the long term period, with that no longer happening, what effect does that have? So
since we have more lives at that point,
I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing. I'm just saying, what is the ultimate change in effect? That's all. I'm just curious.
I don't think that number going to change for real because it's still going to get dark. And I think that more so goes.
No, it's not. I don't think we're not gonna have night and day anymore.
I don't think that number going to change too much.
I'm just curious. Like you saw the first though, they said it was equally split, 12 day and night. They were just like, yo, fuck it, it's 24 hours, 12 and 12.
I thought that's how niggas been living.
No, we like, nah, bro. We know from like 9 in the winter it's like 9 to 4 is day, and then after that it's not. So when we change this, I'm just curious. You know, maybe the body is, a little off, a little here, a little, I'm just curious. I don't know. I don't have these answers. I don't have these. That's why I'm asking. I'm asking niggas who are a little smarter than me. Maybe you got the answers.
I don't have the answers.
The Ramadan clocks thing be having the body a little different. I don't know if that's anything, but
all I'm saying is the sun and shit been changing for
the sun and this shit.
The sun and moon been rising and falling at different times than what we've been used to in our latter years of life.
All right, so are we living in a simulation or not?
We talked about the fact that the days have gotten shorter. Though.
Is this a simulation or not?
You're a fan of the simulation talk.
I'm definitely a fan of the simulation talk.
I'm a fan of. Well, I'm not a fan of it at all.
So you're not or you are?
He doesn't know. Right now.
That's abrasive.
I gave you some some time to think about?
I don't know. I mean, the simulation talk, right? It's just like, what is your simulation at this point? Like,
no, it's just
there can be so many different simulations. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just the idea that there's something or someone controlling.
I think the simulation just ultimately lends back to your belief talk and shit like that. To me personally, like, what do you ultimately believe in? And if it's that, then okay, then that tends to the simulation.
All right, see, I didn't want to do it, but
that's what it comes down to.
Not what you're talking about. What I'm about to do next, but I have to do this because, like, it wouldn't be right if we just let this go without having this conversation.
Yeah.
So has anyone watched the Kanye?
No, it's gone.
I watched
but
it.
But there's people who found there's people who've done.
I watched it on the drink champs on Revolt.
I wanted to.
Well, all right.
I was at work the day it came up.
Yeah, but no, there's people who
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it's out there.
So yeah, it's somewhere.
I haven't tried.
But I haven't watched. So he's the only one who's watched. Movie's the only one who's watched. Okay, this is actually good. This is actually good though. This will do us justice. So. Speaking of beliefs, I think that is the issue at hand right now. That is the ultimate issue at hand. Is Kanye allowed to be anti-Semitic if you believe he is? Is he allowed to be racist if you believe? Is he allowed to be all these things without backlash? Or hold on, let me rephrase this. Is Kanye allowed to do these things without discussion, or is the discussion and the consequence what we're currently at? If that makes sense.
It does make sense.
What I mean by that is the things Kanye said, are we actually having the conversation about the things that were said, or are we having a conversation about the backlash?
We're having a conversation about the backlash.
Okay. So that starts us in a very tricky place.
You asked, I'm being honest.
We're having a conversation. It starts in a very tricky place. Mm-hmm. Because hate speech, right? That's ultimately what this is. This is hate speech. Hate speech, when it happens, people discuss it. Like when people say something, quote unquote, racist, homophobic.
Stop Asian hate and all that.
Stop Asian hate. There is a conversation about what was actually said, the thing that was said, and then
why it was wrong,
historical context, yada 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 yada. The one person who I did say something, talk about the Kanye who I thought made a very valiant point was this Kelly Ebay's brother. He was like. He's like, are we going to talk about the fact that Kanye said he's going to go DEFCON 3? And I was like, well, that's a salient point. Mm-hmm. Like, that was anti-Semitic. I don't think there's anybody who's going to be up here and be like, saying he's going to go DEFCON 3 on the Jews is an anti... So, I don't think that's up for argument.
Not at all.
But I didn't watch the Drink Champs episode. Yeah. So did he say he was going to do that in the Drink Champs episode?
Indeed he did. He said it. He repeated himself.
That's what I'm saying. Before I don't want to discuss things that I haven't.
No, he definitely said it. That's why when you said it on Twitter, that's why I mentioned. That's why I replied back. You was just like, I think you said something to the effects of. No, I'm about to like this, John. I think you said something to the effects of, does Kanye know what DEFCON 3 really means?
Yeah,
and I was just like, no, he doesn't. Because I think if he really does know, then he kind of deserves everything he's getting right now.
And that's where I was going to come next. You know me.
Yeah.
I've been watching the American Heroes channel exclusively since July.
Yeah.
And the American Heroes channel, for better or worse, is just a Nazi propaganda channel.
So I think over one of the earlier games, I think they had to take that shit off of one of the war games. Like, I think it was like one of the, like, it was either a mission or they said the name on it, and then they was like, they had to take that shit off.
On the American Heroes Guide channel, and I'm going to tell you what the programming is for the next few hours. I'm going to tell you what the programming is for
it's very pro-Nazi.
Please do not like.
It's very pro-Nazi.
This is not hyperbole. This is a Nazi propaganda channel.
It is.
on
very right wing.
October 31st, 2022 at the 10 o'clock hour. They have a show called World War II in Color.
Season 1, Episode 9, Overlord.
That aired January 7th, 2011. Here's the description.
I have a quick confession.
Go.
Quick confession.
Go.
Back when I used to smoke weed.
You used to face this channel?
In Orlando. I was high. Went to go buy some DVDs. And I bought this 5-part series of this show. World War II in color, bro.
It's on Netflix now.
Bro.
I bought this shit.
Bro.
Super confession, but go ahead. This is what's going on.
So, let me read you the description of what the channel says.
I was just like, this is nuts. Why did I buy
faced
this?
a new threat.
Hitler faced a new threat.
Allied
the threat faced a new threat.
Allied preparations to invade Northwest France were coming to a climax. What does this read like? Does this read like
France was the threat?
And you know what?
France.
And you know why I know this? Because I've watched this channel so much that they're going to start telling you how the Germans invaded France and took over. And that's literally where this is going to start. Like, I know this channel by so much.
The name of the joint is Overlord.
Listen, wait. World War II, Witness to War. Season 1, Episode 5, Bombing the Reich. Devastation touches the civilians of Germany. With the U.S. as a newly engaged ally, Western forces bring the war to the Axis front, but at extreme cost.
They made that shit sound like 9/11.
Does this sound like... This sounds...
They made that shit sound
this is
like
my favorite
9/11.
part. This is my favorite part of the channel.
Hitler's empire.
When they just go straight Hitler propaganda. They say fuck the bullshit.
What would have happened?
What would have happened? The post-war plan. Hitler's British headquarters.
If we would have chose the other side.
God looks at the Nazis' plans for Britain for pre-war spying, concentration camps on British soil to national landmarks earmarked by Hitler for his own use. Listen.
These niggas is nasty.
This is the channel. This is not like... This is an American cable channel.
Yes.
I'm not YouTubing.
He's not subscribing.
I'm not subscribing. This is on your cable network.
Every day. 24/7. Straight Hitler propaganda.
Bro, they do top 10 lists on this joint about greatest war like war criminals and like greatest war generals. And on that list,
if Hitler's not number one,
Hitler's never on the list. It's always his generals. It's his third and fourth in command, but they're never number one. They're like number 5, number 3, number 7.
Yeah.
But it'd be, bro. I know endless Nazi.
But we got
dudes.
multiple on the list though.
I know endless Nazi guys off of the strength that this channel just be giving it up for them. Like, so I just want to put that out there before I continue.
I'll just be facing this channel.
I really do. So with that being said,
wait, son, I walked in here one day. We was about to go out. We rolling up. It was sport on. I felt like Charles was like, "No, fuck that, son. I've been watching this." I was like,
"Bro, my neighbor be coming here sometimes. He gotta be like, what the fuck this nigga be on?" I be like, "Bro, like, this is the vibes right now, bro. This is what I'm watching." But I say all that to say that when we talk about hate speech and there tends to be an actual discussion about what was actually said and what was not said.
But there's foundations and like, no, continue what you're saying before I get into what I'm gonna say. But yeah,
the Kanye Defcon is the issue I think that needs to be
addressed
because that is the anti-Semitic thing he said.
Mm-hmm.
The other things are bad opinions, in my opinion.
Very stereotypical.
They're racist or they're tropes against a group of people. Yeah, for sure. We can discuss why Kanye shouldn't or should not say that, and the implications that they may or may not have on Jewish people of descent. Mm-hmm. These are all conversations. I think those are legitimate conversations because.
And it's kind of crazy that DEFCON 3 has not been brought up at all by anybody that has honestly punished him. Like, this is like, if you was to say, like, instead of just saying anti-Semitic remarks, it's just like, all right, because everybody knows, like, the basic jumps. They run the news, like, they got all the money, they control the world.
We go to Broad Street right now, and the Black Israelites, like, we'll do it for you. Like, we don't need Kanye.
They right here at Gallery Place. We don't even got to go that far. Nigga, I seen them today.
I ain't even seen them at Gallery recently.
Every time I go about to go get on the X2s, and that's what they be at. But yeah, so it's just like, fool. Like, nah. But the fact that nobody brought up that, bro. The fact that nobody brought up the DEFCON 3, like, come on, fool. Like, that was a pretty serious roaster.
Yeah, see, to me, that was that's the thing that cannot be excused. That's the thing that cannot be like.
That's not like a haymaker.
You know, once you say that, and once again,
landed.
I didn't watch it, so I don't know what. But once he says that, it's like, come on,
hitting the table too.
You cannot say that. Now, he did apologize to George Floyd's family.
Mm-hmm.
After he got canceled.
He quoted a lot of Candace Owens in that too, though. I would like to point that out.
I still want to watch the joke.
The thing for me that, once again,
the only reason I watched it because I felt like Charles was gonna ask eventually.
No, once I had to realize that, like, oh, he actually said that DEFCON shit during the interview, or he said it out loud.
Mm-hmm.
It had me be like, oh, well, like, that's the issue here. The issue isn't just the fact that he said something.
Mm-hmm.
No. The issue is that he made a very, like, it's like the slavery. It's like, yo, I should go whatever type of slavery event you think, like the greatest or the biggest slavery insurrection or whatever, being like, yo, I should go that on. So that's not a good look. You probably shouldn't say that, because that is definitely racist and anti-Semitic.
I'm about to go scramble Africa on the niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go Congo on these fools. You know what I'm saying? Something crazy like that.
I'm gonna go Leopold. Like, that would be kind of wild thing to just, like,
wild as shit.
Put in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
So there's no denying that is the issue here. Now, what I will argue is that don't seem to be what people are talking about, though. Or is it me? Is it me that's not what people seem to be talking about? The Jewish run the media, that very specific trope. Now, once again, if you don't like that, have the conversation about that. The DEFCON 3, there's no conversation about.
Niggas don't know world history, Charles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's levels to all of this.
Yeah.
Because there has to be some nuance, at least in my opinion. Like, there has to be some. Oh, also I got hella, so go for them.
All right.
But the Kyrie thing is a little different to me.
Yeah.
The Kyrie thing is
very much Black Israelite to me.
Yeah, and it screams, at least to me, not under. All right, so I saw the post game interview when they asked about it, and he goes, "Well, you know," because they asked about that in the Alex Jones, and basically his response is, "Well, I posted a whole bunch of other shit, and y'all only took the Alex Jones one. That was the only one y'all cared. I posted Ama Ata and y'all Otto, and y'all didn't say nothing about her when she's talking about, you know, white people have stolen from Africa for 300 years." And I was like, okay, maybe he's on to something. And then I kept listening to him talk, and I was like, no, he's not on to something again, because your man goes, I have a unique voice in my community, and then in the same breath says, why y'all trying to make me a voice of the community? Like, he can't have it both ways. My thing is that, like, yo, if Kyrie believes that, bro, he's allowed. Like, I hate to be the one to break it to him, but Kyrie's allowed to believe that he's the real Jew. Like, he could be wrong, but he's allowed to have that belief. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that is an anti-Semitic. Personally, like, I don't think he's right. Remember that lady when we was outside of
I knew this was about to come up.
We was outside of the pop-up.
And I asked her how many questions?
Bro, Mook asked her so many questions about, well, how are you really this? If you and Shorty was just like,
if you know, I was like, how you know you come from one of these tribes? I was like, name the 12 tribes that you say you come from, that we come from. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, you know what I'm saying? She's depicting me and Charles telling us what family we come from and shit. And then I asked her a question. She's like, I don't know enough. And then that's when I was just like, all right, I'm done with this conversation. Moving. And then I started going no. And this is pre-Muslim move.
Yeah, this was just also like, girl, you not even that. Like, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, sister. like, what are you talking about?
But my ultimate point is that
she said some stuff.
These people are not like this concept is not like. I mean, Kyrie seems to be late to the party.
For sure.
Like he doesn't seem to be like saying anything that isn't readily thought of, or
it's not new. I think it's because it's like. I think it's because it's new and shocking to like the white world, and I think that's what's really throwing people off. Because like in the black community, we just like, oh, he sound like one of them niggas that just be shouting on the corner, but to the white people it's just like, oh, they don't be in the city part that much unless they like traveling to like the Phillies, the DCs, the New Yorks, and they got to be in certain pockets of these places for real. Because these niggas don't venture out too far out of their comfort zone. Because it's not like you're going to see these niggas in Rockville.
But with that being said, it made me think of another thing.
Shit, Wheaton, Silver Spring, they don't even be out there.
But it made me think of this. The reason why we're ultimately having this discussion is because it's white tears.
Yeah.
Like when white people feel angered, feel affected, feel hurt, we all have to listen. Like that's just the truth.
And we all got to feel that shit too.
We all have to. So yeah, back to the white tears. I think that is ultimately a point that I don't think can go without being said. Like the reason why this is such a conversation, like you said, Moo, black people been chalking up to like, oh yeah, some niggas think they God's chosen ones.
Right.
They like this is not
that black people punished, and we gotta say this certain verse in the Bible until we
the 400 years, and that's like. This is new to mainstream white America, and they're hearing about it, and they're like, "Oh, no!" Like that goes against everything we think.
Our Judeo-Christian background.
You know what I'm saying? And my thing is that why not? If you really feel, especially for the Kanye not so much, but the Kyrie, why not just be like, all right, well, this is why we believe we're the Jews, and listen to him, and then be like, no, brother, like that can't be, or yes, because I think,
and then y'all both can come to a common consensus how not, never mind.
Because my thing about ultimately is that both of you people are saying the same thing, right? Like that's the thing that.
Thank you, Chuck.
From my point of view, from my perspective,
y'all saying the same
you
thing.
You say you Jew.
He's saying he Jew.
So why not kind of come to some kind of common ground where y'all like, maybe this is where our people cross paths, or maybe this is where it went left or right. Like I don't know. That's not my bag, bro.
Or maybe they could have been like, maybe we did get it from y'all. You could have even chalked it up to that,
bro. You don't know, but my thing is that
nobody know.
Like, and then I seen, shout out to Pablo Torre. I seen he said that he watched the video that Kyrie posted, and he took a screenshot of it, and it's so funny because it's literally a propaganda video. It's a screenshot with a quote from Hitler, and in the bottom the disclaimer is in red, and it goes, "This is something that Hitler may have said before his death in some documents."
Wow,
that's literally what. It doesn't even say that this is a quote. It doesn't even say that the quote is from him. It says, hey, the quote may be from him.
That's nasty.
And this is what I'm talking, like, the nuance would be watching the video and being like, oh no, Kyrie is watching something that is clearly, if not propaganda, is a bias. Is a biased video.
Facts.
Birth of a Nation was a biased video.
Facts.
That they showed in the White House. Like
Reefer Madness.
These are things that like people do use entertainment things to push.
And these are movies they showed in box offices, my nigga. Niggas bought tickets to this. Blockbusters.
My nigga.
You can watch these movies today.
They played Birth of a Nation in the White House.
For Woodrow Wilson, right? Yeah, I remember that.
Like this is so. Once again, and I love how people are like, this is not.
But Woodrow Wilson was historically one of the most racist presidents.
Bro, he literally segregated White House maintenance in government offices was like, no, whites and blacks. Like, I want to make that very clear. Like, the United States president in 1913, 11 was just like, nah, I'm not really feeling this. Black people too close to me.
Facts.
And like,
I need to be working elsewhere.
Like we like for me, there's a certain level of like guys, we can't be serious here. Like having some of these conversations.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the history of the country.
Facts.
My last thing I'll say about this. Why not just say white people?
Because they don't see themselves as white. Certain whites don't see themselves as whites.
That's fine, but. From the Kanye and the Kyrie, why not just say white people? Who has ever gotten in trouble for saying white people are evil?
Nobody.
Who has ever gotten in trouble for saying something to the effect that white people are not good people?
Mm-hmm.
Who gets in trouble for that? Someone tell me who gets in trouble for saying those things. Nobody. So to like decide that now is the time to like push the Jewish thing really seems like bad advice from a lot of different places.
It's not now. They do it all the time.
Maybe that was his issue.
Because Tiffany Haddish, somebody who's half Ethiopian Jew, one of the oldest Jewish civilizations, might I add, they slandered her. They got on her about that. About her saying that she was Jewish. And then they canoned not too many years ago. This might have been the same year that this shit happened to them.
Now, I remember when the Nick Cannon happened because I remember I tweeted. I was like, "Yo, Nick Cannon stopped wearing the turban, shut the fuck up," and
he got a TV show.
And he got one of his TV shows back.
Yeah.
Like, look, man.
No, yeah, I mean he got a daytime TV.
That's what I'm
show.
saying. Because at one point, like he wasn't on anything, and then they was just like, "All right, now he's back on. He's back doing that shit."
You've chilled out enough. And they started playing Wild 'N Out again.
I don't get it. Like, to me, it doesn't make sense. White are these people not white as well? Like, that's my thing. Like,
Charles, that's a discussion I feel like we've been having for a long time.
People are white. When you look at people, that's how we decide if people are black or not. Like this whole I was telling somebody, all this is a Clubhouse conversation. This is the shit they would talk about on Clubhouse peak pandemic. Mm-hmm. Who's black? Who's white? Race, who's the original?
Who's mixed? Who's not? All that, yeah.
And that to me is what makes it.
I remember that. Who's the original Asiatic black man conversation on Clubhouse? I was like, oh yeah, you niggas are nuts, nuts.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, bro, like people really.
Niggas think they Nubian.
Bro, people really think this stuff. So for me, it's like, I don't know if it's like, if I'm just jaded and I'm just like, oh, well, this is...
Not at all, Charles.
This is just what... This is not like an average day to y'all. This is just not what people think about the world. Like, this is not just people's fucked up opinions.
Yeah.
Because that's how... And maybe that's my ignorance. Maybe I shouldn't be that ignorant and I should... But I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, like... Bad thoughts, bad ideas about.
I'm gonna say bad take, baby.
Like, how is this any different from any other bad takes?
Right, a poor leg on a parlay.
This just has to do with religion. Like, they have bad takes about everything. Like, why any better? But I mean, I wish both of them the best. I hope they like. It's funny because Kyrie is just still playing basketball, still putting up like 29, 6 and 6. And it's like...
Efficiently, too.
Ultimately...
Need to get some W's, boy.
Ultimately, it's one of those things where like, people are upset, still going to the game watching him play.
Right.
So like, how upset are you?
Can't be that upset.
Are you that?
Niggas burning his jersey up?
Like... I don't see anybody doing anything that would signify...
Niggas have burned jerseys for less.
I'm seeing nothing to me that signifies that people are upset outside of...
You tweeting something.
Outside of them talking about it.
Right.
And what did I say about the Black Squares and the Black Matters posters when Diamante was here? I said, people don't care.
They said the Jews was all front row to that courtside.
I saw it. Yeah. Like what?
And it's a certain part of the Jewish community that believe what Kyrie's saying too that people don't want to talk about. There's a certain clan of them, like a certain sect of Jews
but that's
that
the
believe
thing.
that
No
shit
group
too.
of people is a monolith.
It's a monolith. That's what I'm saying.
So that's why I'm saying not the Kanye, but the Kyrie have to come. If he believe,
I really hate to do this, but being the person that watched the Kanye, he said some things as well in there where he could have just said white people and not the Jews. And you know what? To Nori's defense, because we say he don't talk back to his guest enough.
Yeah.
Nori actually said that.
Why not just say white people?
Yeah, he said, "Why not just say white people?" And then Kanye wanted to be specific.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at Ye.
no, I mean it's just dumb to me. Like
It is. It's not smart.
it doesn't seem like a smart. It doesn't seem like
For the fight that you try and fight.
it doesn't seem anything that's done with thought. It seems like somebody who is upset and is screaming. You know what I'm saying? Like once again, it sounds like a nigga on Clubhouse who's like, "Yo, we ate. I forgot what they were saying. Like the DNA that lets them know that like they're bro. It's like it's wild ass concepts that."
A bunch of 19 keys rhetoric.
You know, it's just like I can't. If you, bro, I'm sure people listen to people talk about like God, Jesus, different other religions, and they're like, "Yo, these niggas is crazy." That's how I be thinking of the niggas who talking to Ye and the. I'm like, "Yo, these niggas crazy." Like, what do they know that I don't know? Like, everything I say, everything I've ever learned is telling me that's not the case. But obviously, and they believe it.
Wholeheartedly.
So maybe that's my issue. Maybe my issue is that they believe it, and that's why I'm so like, oh, maybe they're onto something. Because I wouldn't believe somebody would just believe something just to believe it.
Hey man, I don't know.
Like that's why I really believe some white people think that like they're superior beings.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's no way you would go through doing some of these things unless you really believe this in your heart of hearts.
Heart. Like in your soul.
Like you got like that's the reason why so many people believe in all these religions because they truly believe like yo, this is real. Like this is real. So if someone believes something is real, how am I to be like, nah, that's not real?
Facts.
Maybe it's real to them.
But stop summoning y'all ancestors, man. Y'all don't know which ones y'all summoning. Y'all might be bringing back the wrong vibes, man. I'm just saying.
That's what you got for this?
Nah, I'm just saying. You know, that's an observation from you what you said about people just following their religions and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, you know.
No, I'm big on summoning the ancestors personally.
Yeah, you see.
Yeah, I mean they there.
I ain't saying they not.
I'm just saying the wrong one might be coming through.
You hear me? You know what I'm saying?
I might be looking for Uncle Paul, but it's Uncle Johnny, and Uncle Johnny ain't up to no good.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that take.
They might even have the same type vibe, same energies.
I won't know.
You wouldn't know the difference until that nigga pull up, start wilding. I'm like, oh shit.
You think we could actually
nigga knocking
all right, do you
water
mind
glasses
if I
of
go
water
here real
over.
quick? Rest in peace.
To grandma, go ahead.
Rest in peace, Grandma. You think we could actually, like, maybe not talk, but like, have some sort of communication with those who have passed?
I do. Me personally, it's just my belief. Mm-hmm. I feel like people that are close to just being born, so like newborns, babies, and like people that are about to pass, I feel like they way closer to that, like that side, you know what I'm saying, that realm or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and that's just my spiritual belief, because it's just like, and I'm not tying that in with Islam or whatever, but I'm just saying like, yeah, so it's just like, but I feel like that's just how it is, because like all the instances, like, remember one day, like I'm in a room rolling up, and I'm watching my niece, and she just like, hey Papa, and I'm like, but I let that shit slide, and so she said it again like 10, 15 minutes later, like, and she realized like talking. And I'm like, hey, bro, like, so before I like step off, and I'm not fried yet, you know what I'm saying?
Rolling up.
I'm just rolling up. And so like before I step, like she like 1 or 2, so like she can talk a little bit. I'm like, who's you talking to? She was like, Papa. Like she's never met my grandfather. And like only people that know him like know that we call him Papa. So it's just like there's no granddaddy, none of that. Like it's Pop. Like that's specific. So I was just like, interesting. And then like before we went down to North Carolina, my sister was like, my grandmother was in her bed talking. And so she went in there to check on her. She was like, who you talking to? She was like, yeah. She was like, you ain't see your aunts? They just walked out of here talking about her 2 sisters that passed. Ooh. And so she was like, yeah. She was like, you ain't see him? My grandma and my sister was just standing there and saying that. She was like, it's okay, you'll see him tomorrow. They said they'd be back. And so that next day, she was talking again. Sister went in there, and then she fed her. And then after that, that's when she stopped talking to Ian. You know what I'm saying? Then when people do that, they, you know what I'm saying, they close to like, you know what I'm saying, the end or whatever. So when my sister told me that, you know what I'm saying, low key, I was just like, kill. Gave her peace. And in a way, it's just like, why best? And I'm like, you can let go type shit. You know what I'm saying? So she was with her sister. She was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? She died at home. You know what I'm saying? No longer struggling and all that. So it's just like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That gave me endless peace. You know what I'm saying? Then I ain't cried since actually we went to go view her. So that means something. So it's just like that first part of the grieving process over. And then like shit on pause right now until the ceremony, and then get through the ceremony, and then like, you know what I'm saying, her wishes, you know what I'm saying, that's against my spiritual belief for certain reasons, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like that's gonna be the heaviest grieving process for me personally, but I feel like me doing Ramadan right now is important though. Came at an important time, like me making up for the month of Ramadan. So I can grieve. I can go through like all the stages of grief, like sober one, minus the marijuana, but I won't be high during the day while I'm fasting or whatnot. Weed don't really take me out of my element. Like it don't throw my cerebral off. And I be praying more for sure, dedicating myself to the Fajr, and then Fridays trying to go to Jumu'ah. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the John and Glennon or my home mosque. Because the John Glennon right there by the barbershop, so I can get a cut or go pray, go get a cut, or vice versa, depending on what time I get my hair cut. So yeah, you know, your boy doing good though, for sure. Mom, everybody doing good. You know what I'm saying, type shit. So yeah, but nah, that's what I'm not the rap, but yeah, that's what I feel like with that process. Though I do feel like certain, and then it might be certain people that's like way more tapped in with that, like.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I agree with you though. I think people at the end and people and like little kids, before like they kind of like
why they still got innocence basically.
Yeah, why before they like kind of understand the world as a whole. I definitely think they be knowing shit. They be talking to people. They be seeing people. People that not here. I believe all that shit, and I believe certain people, like you said, certain people are tapped in. Like certain people, like they feel that, like. Bro, I definitely could say like there's been instances where I'm like, okay, I feel you. You know, like you can't really explain or see what you just like. All right, I know something from somewhere, from someone. I like that
for sure. Like it's just like instinct for one. I feel like that's one thing I feel like everybody got. I don't know if that's like a spiritual thing, but I feel like there's always like you might walk into a space and it'll be like you feel the energy and then be like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
No, not that. I'm talking about like the energy of the dead, cause it's Halloween
for sure,
and it's just making me think. Cause
in the history of Halloween,
it's just making me think like
I better stop celebrating this pagan tradition, bringing spirits home and shit.
So let's tap in one time with the
Day of the Dead.
Yeah, my thing is, in most pagan traditions and most holidays that we have, are we adhering to them as they were, or even as?
No, it's definitely a modern day version.
So while I agree to an extent, like, you know, there is some.
If niggas were celebrating Halloween, you got relax. If niggas were celebrating Halloween, then I'd be a little scared. I'd be very scared, actually. Not even a little.
Well, that's my thing. I think to me at least.
Nah, that shit hurt.
It hurts. Yeah. That was my part of my costume.
Whose fucking kid's mask
That was
this
mine.
is?
It's part of the costume, bro.
My nigga.
Oh, that was a part of Incredible stuff?
Yeah.
I thought the part of niggas so
That would have been a good one. Nah, but I think like
Fuck.
there's no denying
So he switched up.
that plays a part, you know. But like it's modern. It's not the same type of event.
Yeah, niggas give kids candy now instead of the devil.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a very soft version. So I could get why somebody may not like. My parents when I was young. It's funny. My mom was super against Halloween. My dad was like, "What?
Whatever."
It's like whatever." Like
He's a kid.
exactly, and I think there has to be some level of that to it. Like it's like with Christmas, with like all that shit, like pagan ass holiday. And who's jumping up in arms to be like, oh no, don't celebrate Christmas? You know, like at a certain point, people gotta grow up. Like that's how I view the Halloween. And is it bad? It's like, bro, it's a fun holiday. It's fun. Also, niggas who are like, oh, we don't wear costumes. Okay, buddy. Like, yeah, you're 30. Wear the fucking costume. Costumes are fun. Everyone likes fun. We are pro fun here. More fun is more important than being too cool for school. So
Celebrating Halloween is definitely for like dressing up for a party. In my ass, I don't know if that means anything, but it's a Halloween party. But it's like we vibing.
my thing is that
I'm here for vibes.
Halloween is about dressing up. So my thing is that as long as you're doing it, like tomorrow, you should not be wearing a costume. Halloween is officially ended. It is over. It started on Friday, Thursday.
When I say niggas been wearing costumes since Thursday.
You know what I'm saying? It started on the
wearing
week.
them all month, bro.
It's a weekend thing. And October is the month. Tomorrow's November. New holiday. Thanksgiving. Let's get ready.
Best month ever. That's vibe. Everybody has their own opinion.
I like that one better.
Why is November the best month?
His birthday.
Obviously.
Is it?
Something for me about November, I just feel refreshed.
There's not a non-biased reason that doesn't like.
No. But actually also
No.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday
Okay,
as well.
see, that might be a non-biased.
And I feel like we had this conversation literally a year ago talking about holidays. And I definitely bang the Thanksgiving is my vibe. But just November in general, I don't know, for me, I just have a refreshed sense of energy. And it's just pretty much all because it's leading up to the last day of the month, which is my fucking birthday. I don't feel too good about many months. I have months I don't like.
Name a couple.
July and
Why?
October.
I feel like July.
So
I don't like July. What's wrong with July?
July for me, obviously,
Father died in July.
my father died in July as well, and it just
Okay.
always seems like a very long month, right?
It is.
I don't like it. It's the peak of the summer as well.
He died his birthday in July too.
Yeah.
Died the day right before his birthday.
Yeah, so Cap. That's my father's birthday month, and he died in October. That's why I don't like October neither. And for me as well, a lot of just dumb shit just happened to me in October, and I also don't like January because dumb shit happens to me in January as well. But November, I don't think I've had many bad days in November. And it just always leads up to my birthday. It's like, so coming off, like I said, October is always a bad month for me. And it's just like, November is like a breath of fucking fresh air.
October was bad for you?
It wasn't bad for me. It was bad for people around me. And it didn't happen until literally the last week. And it's just like, bro, are you dead ass? And I just put myself in niggas' shoes. Like, I've been there. Like, I know the vibes. I know how bad this shit is. And this shit just all happened in the last week. And I'm just like, this is stupid, bro.
Okay.
So I felt for niggas. Okay. But I mean, regardless of that, like, there was always a date in October that I'm just like, damn, you know, this brings back bad feelings every year. But, you know, I get that brush off. Like, tomorrow I'm going to wake up, I'm going to feel really fucking good. I'm going to feel really fucking good. Like, damn, it's November 1st. This is love. It's my cousin's birthday. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Amira's birthday as well. Whatever. Shout out to you, you know? Like, what? Love November, man.
Amira, I apologize. I'm sorry. I forgot to invite her. You know what? I forgot to invite so many people to the party because I just didn't really think of it as my party. I thought of it as like...
I'm gonna say I definitely got invited by white people.
I thought of it as more of like the wife's party, and I was kind of just here to. And I can say that knowing she won't ever listen, so I don't have to worry. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I feel as though the only month I'm really not really keen on is January.
I don't like January
because it just feels as though January is so long, and I feel as though. I'd be kind of like stressed in January. Like of all the months, that'd be the month I'd be like, damn, like what's gonna happen? After we get through January, I'm pretty good.
I can feel the January. Out of my 3, that would probably be like, that would be in my bottom 3 months. It would definitely go July is worst, October second worst, in January third worst. November, and then just like whatever after November is like top tier.
So you're a big fan of December?
I think I do like December as well. I really like the end of the year, bro. It's just like get lit. So many holidays, so many birthdays. My son was born in November. Like, what the fuck? Mom born in December.
December is a cool month, but I feel as though December is also a draining month. I feel as though it's the month where, like, the first half, everybody's doing so much to try to relax at the end, but then at the end, it's endless, like, partying. So, like, once you get to the partying part, it's chill. But you gotta actually have to get there, which be the issue for December to me. It just be mad long. Like the end of the year be mad long to me. I'd be like, damn.
October flew by, and then it slowed the fuck down.
I like October because it's homecoming season. So I fuck with October for that reason. Homecoming season is always lit.
That's it.
What's it looking like? All right, bet you might as well hit it now, bro. Yeah, there it is.
All right, I got a few more joints before I wrap it up. I feel as though we always do a sports thing recently.
Huh.
And I think the sports thing, all right. I think the sports take.
I got a sports take. I want to walk back.
Walk back your take, and then I'll get mine off.
I said the Cowboys in the bowl. Mm-hmm. I'm not feeling that no more. Mm-hmm. Granted, yes, they're 6-2. You know, I'm not feeling no more.
Eagles going crazy.
I'm still not feeling them. I'm gonna go back to the old faithfuls, man. NFC West with guys.
49ers?
I think I'm gonna ride with the 49ers again, man.
It's not bad.
Niners, Bills, me. Okay. I'm gonna walk the Cowboys back. I was definitely on the Bills side, but it really doesn't matter who represents the NFC. Unless Josh gets hurt, bro. It's clip. It's clip for the league, so.
Yeah. I mean, the Packers aren't good, and I saw Josh. He couldn't even put the Packers away last night, so.
I went to sleep second half. I feel like the game was over at the end of the half.
Couldn't put them away though.
If Aaron Rodgers was better last night,
if he had better
that game would have been a game.
Facts.
But he just wasn't good. Defense came up with 2 stops late on bad Josh Allen throws. Like,
I think they were probably chilling. I didn't see the second half though. So.
okay.
I'm about to say I watched it.
I went to sleep 24/7. I said, "Yep, it's done. No need to fight to sleep for this, man. We good."
Romeo Dobbs went crazy.
He's all right.
The sports tech I was gonna say is,
Please go for it.
this new era of the NBA is going to be an interesting era, and for I think both good and bad reasons. This is going to be some of the best basketball, like Giannis, Luka, Ja, Zion. There's a few other Anthony Edwards. There's a few other cats who I think are just going to play some phenomenal basketball, and we're going to be like, yo, numbers are going to be crazy, all that good shit. But I don't know how much of an impact, like actual winning. Because, like, when I look around, I won't be surprised if, like, the Toronto Raptors and them ass type of teams,
I'm about to say Portland Trailblazers,
end up winning championships just because of how.
because Portland starting strong right now. Simmons going crazy, or Simons, however you say that young man's last name. I don't want to butcher.
Anthony Simons.
Okay, Simons. Say less.
Super fan of the Blazers. I don't know where Charles is going, but I'm super fan of the Blazers this year.
My thing is, I think that
I believe in
we're
Dame.
going to have really great
Revenge.
Middle of the pack
individual
teams.
numbers type shit, but it's going to be the obscure, like, it's going to be the Detroit Pistons ass era of teams that are going to be winning championships.
Niggas that was talking with the Cavs 2 years ago.
Like, if this Cavs team that's currently constructed is in the Eastern Conference Finals,
I wouldn't be
I would
surprised.
not be surprised.
Donovan Mitchell's the guy.
Like, I mean, it's not just him though.
But that's what I'm saying.
He's the guy that pushes them over the top. At
No,
this point.
facts. But Fro been going crazy. He put some shit on some niggas' heads.
They got guys though.
They do.
They got
Garland.
guys.
When they start talking about the guys.
Mobley.
Come on now. The niggas talking about he might be deployed.
Karis LeVert and him both had 40 points.
41.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's a strong team. They have good, solid. Like, I don't think they have a top 10 player on their team.
They don't.
You know, and that's my thing.
But they got a great team, though.
Got a great team, and I think that's the area. Like, I think right now, would you say Zion is a top 10 player in the NBA?
I'm not a Zion guy, so I'm not gonna say yes to that.
What about Ja Morant?
Yes.
I would give Ja like 10.
Exactly. I think that team.
So I can't give
The way
Zion
he
a
started
10.
it off.
So my thing about Ja is like, all right, if Ja's a top 10 type of guy,
I've been going nuts, bro.
then I look
You
at his
talking
team.
about right now,
I
currently
look
in
at
the
his
NBA?
team. You would think that team is like
Chuck,
NBA Finals.
you
Yeah.
talking about right now, currently in the NBA? Shit.
Bro, his team sucks, honestly.
His
bro.
team sucks, but him personally,
That's
see,
Bane.
But do you think? But see, that's my thing about it. Like,
Not a
if
Bane
we think
guy.
the team sucks, and we also think he's a
you
top
should
10
have got most
player,
improved last year.
that's kind of a crazy. Like, how many top 10 players are just on really shit teams that you really think just suck?
Not too many anymore.
Trying to think of. So I would put Dame in that category. So I think Dame is on a revenge scorch the world tour this year with a shitty team.
But let's talk about Dame's career.
I don't think they're shitty though. I just think
This is a team that has won 50 games multiple times.
right.
Is it a team or was it a Dame and CJ?
It was a team.
So what? When
they had
basketball-
CJ,
this the thing
Dame,
about-
and Nurkic.
But that's my thing about basketball.
okay.
It's the one sport where
Come
one
on,
person,
you can have one person going crazy.
where
yeah.
one person's
Did Dame
impact
finish
is
them
so
games
much
off or
more
not? Hell
impactful
yeah.
than any other player. That yes, it's the team. Like, a teams be constructed around one player.
Yeah,
I'm here for Dame this year.
My greater point is that
because Nurkic was like 15 and 9.
I wouldn't say that them Portland teams been bad. They just can't get over the hump, and that's what I'm saying. The Warriors,
that might be the Grizzlies.
I wonder. My thing is, who's gonna be the next? Because I think it's gonna have to be more Warriors as teams where, you draft 3-4 dudes, and one of them becomes the guy, and you have a lot of other really good players. Right. So you do that around him. So I'm looking at it's not gonna be like LeBron, where he just picked wherever he went, and wherever they went, they was title contenders, and It's gonna be like, who builds the best roster out for 10, 15 years? And I'm looking around and I'm like, man, it looks kind of like
Memphis Cavs. Motherfucking shit. I even throw sneaky New Orleans in there. Shit, New Orleans is like that. Because when he says Zion,
I look at Boston.
Yeah.
I'm like, What's stopping Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown for the next 5 to 7 years? Dead ass just running the Eastern Conference,
besides themselves.
If not being in the finals, being in the Eastern Conference Finals every year, and being the team that if doesn't stop somebody is the team that's going there.
Who beat them last year?
Nobody. The Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the Sixers. I'm like, that window. It's like a year or two, and B is gonna be 30, and it's about to be done for him because he big, he always falling.
And back.
Harden will be on the opposite end of 30, and unless Maxey is about to be that, it's looking like what's next?
Get rid of them and build around Maxey.
I don't believe in the Miami Heat. You know that. The Bucks, like Giannis is interesting. For all the Giannis talk, Giannis been to one finals in 10 years. He won it for sure. Mm-hmm. But before that, he couldn't get past Kawhi. He got bumped again before that. Got over the hump. Came back, man's got hurt. Got beat by the Celtics. Let's see what he do now.
And I think Atlanta took him to 6, 7. That one series. Mm-hmm. That was the year they won it though, so I can't say too much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Giannis guy.
But Giannis is about to be on that second half of the career. Okay, how many more are you gonna win before it's like? You want one?
I give him a solid 3-4 years, maybe.
My thing is that
he needs another guy.
But everybody's saying that if Chris Middleton was there, they would have beat the Celtics.
If it was a fifth,
exactly. Now you talking my language. So with that being said,
no, Charles love that saying.
But he needed another guy there for sure. We can't deny that he needed another guy.
Why they ain't make no place for nobody?
I mean, they got Drew, who's a pretty good guy. They had PJ there. You lose PJ. Mid still ain't playing. So it's just like.
But my thing is Middleton's going to come back this year.
For sure.
So my thing is that.
You just got to see how.
I have to see, my thing about Giannis, at a certain point, it can't be Giannis as this great player. And it's not even like Giannis be in the finals. He's been in one finals.
He's just dominant as fuck.
I'm not denying his dominance.
That's all.
But even with Shaq's dominance, Shaq was in the finals. What? He got to the finals early, lost. Was like, bro, I'm trying to be back here. Went to LA, was in the finals 4 straight years. Hooked up with Dwayne Wade, Eastern Conference Finals, another finals.
That's a different. That's a different brand of basketball, then, man. Niggas ain't doing that these years.
And that's what
besides the dynasties.
And that's what I'm saying.
So niggas ain't building dynasties.
We're not. I'm wondering if we're gonna be in the era of a lot of damn, that nigga was really good, and then what?
That's true. A good era like that. Because the tide's going to turn in the West. I mean, the Warriors ain't going to be the Warriors forever. So niggas about to start representing out yonder. And obviously, niggas just be representing the East if it wasn't Bron. So it's just like niggas just gonna have niggas.
I just wonder. I wonder what happens because
I don't think the Celtics go back. Personally,
I think they do. My thing about the NBA in particular is
I
that
do like Brogdon with the Celtics though.
You need teams like as much as
that was a
players
clutch
are
pick.
nice.
Sneaky.
You need good
Sneaky
teams
as fuck.
that people can. The Bad Boys Pistons, those early '90s Knicks teams, Hakeem's Dream, Rockets team. You need teams
93, 94, baby.
You need teams that are just around 96, 97, 95, 96 Sonics.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need teams that are even if and none of these only team I've named that won is one of those teams. I'm just talking about
I feel
teams.
Like there's a bunch of teams right now. Though.
I don't, bro. In the last 5 years,
a bunch of players.
In the last 5 to 10 years of teams that didn't win, tell me the teams you're just like, damn. Maybe even 10 years, just like wow, that was just like, yo, that really good team put together, and like, yo, those teams I'm telling, like those Sonics, like yo, you went against Jordan.
Facts.
Like the only one I'm saying is Harden. Like Harden's Rockets teams, like yes.
I was gonna say the Jailblazers.
It's not from this era.
I'm here.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
nigga, you brought up the fucking
no, but that's my point. I'm talking about recently. Tell me the teams.
That's what I'm saying. That's the most recent team I can think of was the Trailblazers. And then you brought up the Houston Rockets squad, and I was like, yeah, that's all right.
The Heat eventually won, so you can't even talk. Like, I can't. Maybe those Thunder, that Thunder team, that early, or even the one where in 2014, when you get 2014-15, when they got Deion Waiters on their squad, and they make the little run, and then they lose in 16 to the Warriors. Maybe that Thunder team. Outside of that, I can't really think of a team as when I think back, I'm like, damn, really good team.
What did the Mavericks do the year or two before they won the jump?
09.
Maybe the 06 team, but no, I just think that was a good team with Dirk that got to the finals.
Facts.
I don't think when they lost.
Okay, so that was 06. I was gonna say 06.
I don't think that was a great team with all these auxiliary pieces that I was just like, whoa, okay, you know, bro, it's a lot of players who just be sometimes hooping, getting buckets. And niggas' runs don't even be that long no more. It'd be like 3 years, not even like 5, 6, 7.
Facts.
Just quick, like, whoop, whoop. Nigga gone. Not even an all-star no more. Not even an all-NBA no more. Bro, how is Kemba not in the league right now?
Nigga talking about Kemba. I was going to say Paul George.
Paul George in the league. He just hurt.
He is.
Yeah, he was playing on Sunday, the other day.
He was hooping the other day.
He's the guy.
I'm just saying, like, I think we're gonna look back, we be like, damn.
It's a couple niggas you can name that's not in the league no more though. That was buckets.
And I'm just saying, like, I think that's a real like when you look back and be like, damn, what happened to the era of just like, oh, boop boop boop, like, just came and went, like, what, bro, about to start the 30s. How many of the people you think we gonna look back and be like, damn, these guys were like, yo, we remember them as like all time, bro? Do kids even still remember what T-Mac was out here doing? Like,
no.
is T-Mac still in the mindset of?
No.
I saw some T-Mac highlights the other day. I was just like, damn, this dude. Like, I remember I used to argue with people if he was better than Kobe.
No, facts.
And I used to be like, no way you think he's better than Kobe. Kobe's the best, you know, like.
T-Mac was vicious, though.
Is this what is that something that's still, like, who's that? Like, Giannis is great. KD is great. Oh, but they got their rings. They did all that, and that's from a different era. What's about to happen?
You know, it's going to be a guy.
Who?
Derrick Rose. That's going to be a mean guy.
That's a... Only reason why I'm thinking about this because the conversation in the group text. when I just see niggas talk, I'm just like, damn, like, I wonder what happens when, like, when we talk about basketball in 20 years, or even football, who are some of the guys, who are some of the people that we look back and we say, damn, like, we know Mahomes, a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen is seeming like a guy.
Mm-hmm.
Burrow.
He's a guy to me, man.
I mean, just from college, like the whole college run to the NFL, Super Bowl second year.
Stand.
A guy. You know, like, I think.
Shit, Aaron Rodgers, a guy.
For sure.
Kids
but once
know,
again,
kids
different
know
era.
A-Rod.
Different era. I mean, he came in the league in 04, bro.
Touche.
Super Bowl 09.
I'm saying.
He was young.
10. But
Yeah.
is Herbert? Is Herbert, like, I remember last year everybody was telling me
Herbert was better than my man.
God.
now where would you rank Herbert in your quarterbacks this season? Where do you rank Herbert in your quarterback rankings?
Out of 32?
Yes. Is he a top 5? Is he a top 10?
15.
I was going to say it for sure.
See? When you go from
I don't
niggas,
think he was I don't think niggas said top. If they said top 10 last year, it's not like he was cracking like top 7.
Niggas was talking crazy
But
about Herbert.
I don't think he's cracking top 7 last
niggas was
year.
saying he
Niggas
might
was
be the
talking
best
crazy.
quarterback in the league.
I can't snap that.
Shit, me.
Not when Mahomes was playing.
That's my
Not when Josh Allen was
That's
playing.
my point.
Not
They
when
were
your
playing
quarterback was winning back to back.
The
Not when
first
Tom
game-
Brady was playing good football.
The first time they played
Nuts.
as him as a real starter was prime time last year.
Nigga,
I'm talking about like him and
I watched
Mahomes.
it.
Like that was a highly anticipated game.
He's got all the intangibles. Got the height. The
But that's
frame,
what I'm saying. I feel
all
as though
that
that's
shit.
the era
And
where,
they just want him to be the guy.
bro. That I feel as though that's what we're in this era.
We
of like,
want
does
someone to be the guy.
Yeah, does everybody, bro?
But the nigga that's the
I
guy.
don't like his coach these days.
And that's what I keep hitting, bro. At what point is it just like, yo, if you're a guy, you're a guy.
So you want him to learn another system?
Even when,
You're a guy. You're a guy. What
even
did we
when
just
Jordan,
watch?
even when Jordan had the bad coaching or he didn't have Phil, he was still 35. Like,
But the Browns got his number though.
bro, haven't I not
If
been
you're a
saying?
guy, you're a guy.
Haven't I not been saying this for
That's,
you?
that's what I just heard.
Your man just went to the Super Bowl. How much more with an offensive line that let him get sacked 50 times?
Facts. He got
He's
sacked 9 times in the Super Bowl.
He's 4-4 on the season right now, missing his number one wide receiver.
Facts.
Having coming off like,
He was
yo,
missing the O-lineman tonight too.
definitely not his best game for sure. Like,
Not saying it was.
No one's saying it was.
But somehow he still got 2 touchdowns.
Come on, bro.
Turned the ball over twice.
Garbage. Time.
Yeah, it was garbage
I like
time.
Joe
But some
Burrow,
niggas would
Hey.
have pulled their quarterback better.
I'm
It was
not
just
saying I
bro,
don't
game
like
over,
bro. That's all I'm saying. I know Herbert. Nigga, he's my fantasy quarterback, nigga. I pay attention to everything he does. He's pissing me the fuck off. Top 15.
Hey, man, I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
the top 15.
6'6",
I
got the
agree.
arm, bro. He got the mechanics. He can do all that.
boy,
I don't know what's
alright.
going on. I don't know what's going on personally. I don't know why it's
Missing
not
his
clicking.
number 1 wide receiver.
Yes.
Got him
Offensive
back.
line not blocking the way they
Oh,
was.
they hurt.
Running
This whole
game not
team
going
is
the way you
hurt.
thought it was going.
Whole team is hurt.
Exactly, bro.
Career
If you're
record.
a guy, you're a guy.
Career record 19-20. So it's just like if you play 40 games now, nigga, you under 500. What's going on? Brandon Staley, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
The fuck?
Brandon Staley doing the same thing
Honestly-
Lloyd was doing.
Facts.
I think the Chargers just have shit luck, man.
And their defense healthy this year.
My stat that I told niggas prior to last week, their all-time record is 472, 473, and 11. Like, they're a perennial 500 team. Like, they just have shit luck.
I love a good stat like that.
And then Herbert is 19-20.
I love a
perennial.
good stat like that because
What
it
the
just
fuck?
shows that, like, football is so random.
It's random as fuck.
It's not like
You don't remember the Chargers being shitty? You remember them having like some pretty
Damian
solid.
Tomlinson,
Yeah,
they
you
had the Drew
remember
Brees era,
electrifying
Phillip
shit like
Phillip
that, bro.
Rivers.
You get Herbert coming in.
They were always like a 7-9 win team though.
Niggas
No,
always
they
some
had
weird
13-3 one year. They was
A lot of that, bro.
I remember
that.
Battling
Championship, man.
Peyton, battling
Yeah.
Brady. Like,
Just
and
never
then
could get over
just
it.
couldn't get over the fucking hump, bro.
Because they always call one of them two niggas in the second round, or first round, depending on their record.
AFC was nuts.
Man, I just like I said, I don't think I think
Especially
like
them coast teams.
these quarterbacks, as much as we seem to love them, we don't like Brady had Peyton, he had Drew, he had Phillip, he had legit. For what it worth, him and Flacco had some epic battles in the playoffs. Bro. Like, I don't know, like
shit, him and Eli in the Super Bowl.
Outside of Mahomes and Allen, what in the last few, whatever, it's been Mahomes and Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes and the old heads. It's Mahomes versus everybody, bro.
Mahomes and Burrow, that was all right. It was all right, but Burrow, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems to be Mahomes is the centerpiece for all of this, and everyone else. He's the son, and I can get with that, but like, who is that going to be?
Where the Neptunes and Jupiters at?
I mean, Josh Allen seeming like he's about to be the next one to try to do that.
He'll cool Mars.
But my thing is that, all right, we see that in the NFL. Where is that in the NBA? Where am I looking where I'm like, all right, this is about to be the son or the person, and everything revolves around it. This is the storyline in which everyone's trying to defeat, be better than.
Battery died.
This nigga. Fellow.
So good. I got one last point. I'm out anyway.
Where we left off? Well.
So I got what I needed. All right. So while we finish the sports thing, like I said, I just want to know who's that person for the NBA. Who's the young person who in which this player or team that we about to revolve the sun around?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like
Ja Morant.
I was gonna say Ja in the running.
Not in the running. He's the guy.
He's the guy.
Ja, Zion, Luka. That's who they wanted to be. And we all know
those
this.
three.
I was honestly gonna say Luka.
Fuck with Luka. Heavy.
And I say Luka just because it's just like that's more international. That's more
and
like
they want that shit heavy too. They love that international bag. But they need some American bag.
I mean, for here, yeah.
Zion. They've been pushing Zion since forever.
And this is a comeback year.
Ja took over, nigga. Yeah. And that nigga's a super hooper. So it's like, bro, fuck it.
But it was somebody sneaky. I was going to say, it's just like I was going to say a random dark horse.
Ooh.
B.I.
Well, he's with Zion, so.
Yeah.
He's with him, and both of them niggas have the same problems. They both injured, bro. Ja's not injured.
They both going crazy.
And Luka's not injured.
Ja didn't play that many games last year.
He did sit out about a dub.
Yeah, he sit out a dub.
But Zion didn't play for like a year.
No, I did not debate the Zion at all.
And B.I. and Zion are both like hurt right now.
And I think B.I. missed.
Like I said, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have to wear his helmet.
B.I. hurt right now?
And people know who he is. It's a big deal. That's randomly. A big deal for a football player. Very few.
Is it a big deal for a quarterback though? Like a quarterback, quarterback.
Justin Herbert. If I think of Justin Herbert,
he's not Mahomes level of his quarterback.
That's my point. What There's very few Mahomes level quarterbacks.
No, I'm saying like quarterback. You know a quarterback.
Then you would know Justin Herbert.
Niggas know Justin Herbert. You can't say that a random, a random Joe, but niggas would know who Justin Herbert is.
I don't think so, bro.
I don't think so either.
Year 3 versus year 5.
Josh
Super
Allen,
Bowls and
Josh
shit.
Allen and Mahomes.
If you got a quarterback that's going to the Super Bowl, then niggas gonna know him. This is a quarterback.
I think
Tyreek Hill takes his helmet off because he's went to the Super Bowls and shit.
I think if Tyreek Hill was in many places, people would not know who Tyreek Hill was unless the fanfare was.
Unless he went to the Super Bowls.
My thing is that if Tyreek Hill
was just out in public
and wasn't doing, and someone didn't run up, Tyreek Hill, and there wasn't a mob around him.
Yeah, he would look like a regular 5'8" black man.
There would not be this
with dreads.
I would argue Derrick Rose is known.
Yes.
Derrick Rose just
an MVP, my nigga.
Just goes out and it's just like Derrick Rose. I would argue someone like Kyle Kuzma is a lot more known than Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Because
John Wall
is a lot more known. Like, these are not MVPs.
Kawhi Leonard.
Because the way basketball works, you see
Chris Paul.
You see these people. Like,
you're naming MVPs at this point, my nigga.
Chris Paul's not an MVP.
I mean, like
John Wall, Kyle Kuzma.
Okay, 10-year veterans at this point versus a 3-year quarterback.
The only MVP I give you was Kawhi Leonard. He was like a finals MVP. Lonzo Ball.
LaMelo Ball. Like, all these people.
Okay,
LaMelo Ball will be known.
Now you're arguing the point of
Simmons.
a nigga taking his helmet off. We're talking about basketball players versus football players.
That's my point. I'm talking. First, I went from MVPs, then I just started naming random ass basketball players
at that point.
Versus
Super Bowl champion
3 times over.
Versus you said quarterbacks, right? Like, it's just their quarterbacks. Yeah. I would argue LaMelo Ball is probably more popular and face recognition than Joe Burrow.
I'd hope not.
No, he is.
If I would argue, you look all the little social media metrics, or who has many, all that.
Because, like, Joe Burrow got ads, but they don't be on TV.
Bro.
Like, LaMelo Ball has national TV.
on Facebook and all that, bro.
Yeah,
like, people.
Bro, like, his family had a Facebook show.
That's probably why then.
But that is my point. We do the basketball.
He's been famous longer as well.
The basketball atmosphere or echo chamber, it just breeds kind of like, oh, you see these people, so you know who these people are. These niggas got shoes.
Facts.
You know, like,
this nigga Burrow been famous for 4 years.
Kyrie Irving is mad popular. Him and the nigga Cole Beasley both was like, yo, I'm not doing the same. Did the same thing. Him and Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers is probably like the best equivalent, I think. And why? Because he's a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's probably the best argument to be like, yo, Aaron Rodgers is like the equivalent to like the Kevin Durant's and all. But most of these quarterbacks, not Tom Brady, not Aaron Rodgers, not Patrick Mahomes, not the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, they're pretty good. They're pretty chill.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts outside of Philadelphia?
No.
Not yet.
Oklahoma, Alabama. That's it.
Not yet.
Who's 7, 8, 9, 10? Give me 7, 8, 9, 10 quarterbacks. Just start.
Like Hurts.
Lamar Jackson.
Oh yeah, Ma.
Lamar's an interesting one.
Niggas Lamar.
I think Lamar's an interesting one.
I think he's
I think he's on the fringe.
Low key, I think Ma famous.
I don't think he's as famous
as we think he is.
But I think he's kind of famous.
Yeah, he's close.
I think he's close. I think he's
very close.
He's fringe.
I think he got the East Coast. I think he got
fringe.
I think he's a coastal guy.
I can see that.
I think niggas know him for sure.
The coast and the coast and the south.
I can give him this, and I can give him some Cali shit because niggas know.
Burrow, we stand Burrow.
Bro, I'm fucking with Burrow, bro. Like, come on,
yeah.
bro.
If you like football, you know Burrow.
It's not about
LSU.
I think we're conflating football famous and being famous. LeBron James is famous. Fuck basketball. Fuck all that.
Okay, and
LeBron James is famous.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, famous.
I didn't know that's
what because I went was. Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm. What are so people, bro? There's levels to all.
Because it was a lady it was a lady in the bar when I went out. She had on a Joe Burrow jersey, and I was like, "Go Bengals!" And she was like, "I don't watch football."
Bro.
And I was like, "For real?" She was like, "Yeah, I just like Joe Burrow." And I was like, "Oh,
bro,
okay."
Why? Because people like talk these people up. Like, yo, people do not be like knowing actually who these people are.
Now that y'all say that, that's a fact.
Bro, I remember, bro.
So Burrow might be more famous
when you work in like sports. You realize how insulated some of these things are. Like some of these guys think they're more famous than they are, and then like you go out places and like no one knows who they are, and then you see there in their faces like they kind of get upset. Like yo, like no one's like like nobody fucking watches your show at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. Like people have jobs. Like what are you talking about? Like sports people know who you are. Mm-hmm. Like people who call into these shows, yeah. But like the average Joe, he's like, what are you talking about? Who is such and such?
No, like Kevin Blackerstone. He walked past me one day when I was outside smoking. And I was just like, and he was leaving. I was like, have a good day, Mr. Blackstone. He was just like, so you do know who I am? I was like, yeah, I just don't bother you. Like, what the fuck?
Bro, like a lot of these people.
Because he walked past the office often.
Bro, a lot of these people who are like.
It makes me feel good about myself. Nigga short as hell. Tall.
No, you are tall.
You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these guys are famous by proxy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people know who Kevin Blackstone is.
For sure.
Is he famous? I would not say so.
Took a selfie with that guy. What's his game? Home opener.
For example, Van Jones is probably a lot more famous than a lot of people I've named.
My guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level to what fame means. Like being like in certain realms, in certain industries, makes you a tad bit more famous than Bernie Sanders is famous as fuck.
As fuck.
Because he ran for president and lost twice. Like, that's his claim to fame. And you ask anybody, you ask most people in America who Bernie said, oh yeah, old man who ran for president and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm talking about. Just like, do people, random Joes and what the fuck know who you are?
The Indiana Pacers of politics.
Bro, I really, and that's a real shit. But the thing about the Indiana Pacers, like Reggie Miller,
That's what I'm saying.
a lot of people know who Reggie Miller is. Like, I would argue Reggie Miller is one of those, like...
Yeah, niggas fuck with Reggie for some reason.
Famous basketball players.
I did not know they fucked with him that
like,
much.
legitimately famous basketball players. Like, people are, oh, Reggie Miller. Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, fuck with you.
Why? Because he got to be in the Michael Jordan... Bro, like, LeBron era, Steph. Steph is more famous because of LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of Kevin Durant, more famous because of LeBron. Because they got to be in this era with LeBron and... were you playing against beating LeBron?
I was gonna say Steph helped, but then that help goes back to them beating LeBron. So LeBron.
That's the thing about it. Being LeBron's era is so funny.
Yeah,
it's your era, and all these niggas is eating.
Mm-hmm.
In Jordan's era, no one was eating.
But Jordan
had to go play baseball for Hakeem to get his in and be like, all right, I got to holla at me,
my homie.
Like.
Oh, wow.
Clyde Drexler had to go play with the Rockets to get to.
Right.
Patrick Ewing would be way more famous if it wasn't for Michael Jordan.
Sad.
Way more famous.
Shout out to Jordan.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
GOAT.
He got niggas paid too, just after basketball.
Bro, like, when you... Bro,
he got niggas endorsements.
All them niggas who got to be in Space Jam.
He got niggas endorsements.
Get your Nikes on,
How many people became way more famous?
Yeah, so many niggas Nikes deals.
Off of being in... Like, Charles Barkley...
I was about to say. That's the first name I was about to say.
Post-basketball fame.
Because
that
of
you can,
Michael Jordan.
I wouldn't say directly attribute.
No.
But you can say is a testament to...
But Charles Barkley was a dog.
His relationship with or being close to Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Charles Barkley was a dog though, in his own right.
There's no denying that.
Yeah.
But I'm arguing
I'm just saying
that
we just had to give him his props.
When some people are a son, they change things. They make the story. They are the atmosphere in which this all revolves around. And that is exactly what my guy LeBron was for an era. Jordan was for an era. Kobe was for an era.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the next guy? Who's the next guy that becomes and makes it that everyone in the era has to... Like, the Steph have to play for another 7 years and people just have to try to take on the big bad Steph Curry?
Possibly.
And then it could work.
It could.
But I just wonder,
Clay
man.
missed 2 years of basketball. Steph missed a year, at one time.
Yeah.
Missed a whole lot of games with that hand injury.
Yeah,
wrist
like
injury.
70 games, 78.
Yeah.
I'm down with Steph.
So he missed almost 2 years. So he just like...
Because think about it.
That's
With
my
all those
guy.
cousins in the West, if they all have to go through Steph, we get some epic Western... Like, the last Western Conference Finals wasn't epic. But let's say we get a few epic joints.
Who was they? Who they play?
The Mavericks.
Oh yeah, that wasn't epic.
Say we get some epic
Damn,
joints.
the Memphis joint was the one.
We get some nice...
Mav Suns was fun. They got
Mavs.
swept, but It was fun seeing these niggas
They
get
get swept.
I thought they got swept.
No, they went to 7.
For real?
And they got blown out in game 7
That's what
by
I'm thinking
30.
about. That was fun.
Luka went nuts.
Luka is the guy. Luka needs to be like the villain.
I think Luka got. I don't
Because
know
niggas don't like this man because he be cooking niggas
like the
and laughing
Mavs
at this
squad,
nigga.
honestly.
I don't like the squad neither. We was talking
I
about
like
this.
Luka a lot personally.
I love
I
Luka.
don't like. I love Luka's game, but I just don't. I just don't like
I
what
like
they
Christian
got around
Wood.
him.
I don't like Tim Hardaway. I just don't like anybody else they have. They should have kept Brunson, bro. Not a Dinwiddie guy. I'm a Jason Kidd coach guy though, so I kind of want to believe in him. And I kind of want to just believe in Luka just doing like 30, 10, and 10. Like,
I fuck with Dinwiddie.
yeah.
I think the Wizards should have kept him low key.
We don't do well with good prospects and talent. No need to keep wasting them here.
At least you're honest.
I'm just talking to this nigga DeBar. Wait till Rui leaves.
No, I seen Charles tweet.
He's gonna be
super
a
tough.
calm 18-9 guy,
Super tough.
just chilling.
Hopefully he doesn't fall into the Tobias lane.
No. And even if he does, he won, bro.
Get paid.
Cashed
Like,
out.
not too many Japanese niggas in the league. He's one of the few, if not one of the only ones
I
right
love
now.
Japanese niggas.
So it's just like, bro, you won.
Because he's actually a Japanese nigga.
You won for your guys over there, bro. You getting Jordan PEs and all that just because you're one of them, bro. Like, bro,
Just because you're one of them.
he about to cop a dumb
Just because you're
contract.
one of them is nasty.
He gonna
I
cop
don't
a
even know
dumb
what that means. If
contract.
he's like, because he's part of the
he's
Jordan
Asian.
team
No,
or because he's Asian.
Yeah, for sure. He gonna cop a stupid contract with a dumb team.
He didn't specify, and I don't need you to.
Office to buy a shit, 4 years, $1 something, and he gonna be chilling, bro.
It's 50.
No, 50. What are you talking about?
I give him
Niggas be getting
90.
4 for 80 that are way worse than
Yeah,
him,
3 for 90.
bro. Somebody gonna pay him 4 for like $1.25, whatever the going
He
rate
must be
is for
getting
a
20
three.
and 10 if you're doing that.
I guarantee you he's getting 4 for 120.
470.
I'll send you the text when it happens.
Okay.
70? Nigga, they gave Tristan Thomas that shit.
It was
Yeah, but he
back
went to a
in the day.
championship.
And the fucking money is way more now. What are you talking about? And that was a power
He
forward.
went to a championship, though.
How much did Tobias get?
Like 5 years, 180.
Okay. So again, Rui's gonna give 4 for like $1 something stupid and he's gonna be chilling.
Okay. We'll see.
I'll send the text.
Okay.
I hope we don't give him that bread. That's gonna piss me off.
Nigga getting 4 for 90, bro. 5 for 90, maybe. With a player option. No bullshit.
135.
I just
Shit,
love.
I'm
I
just-
love to see people get paid because it's not my money.
Because
So.
Dory Smith got 4 for 90.
Oh, he fumbled.
Yeah, 4 for 90 seems about right.
That's what I'm saying.
That
Dory
seems about right for Roy.
Dory Smith got 4 for 90, bro.
I can see somebody giving that up.
Like, come on.
I can see somebody giving it up.
Yeah,
You
no.
niggas don't think Roy better than that?
Yeah.
All
The
right.
3 and D guy?
So my last
He's-
thing before we get out of here, because we're fooling. Do you believe in first class? Do you believe first class should be a thing?
Like, plane tickets?
Yeah. Do you, first class on the plane should it be a thing?
I've never flown in first class, so I don't know.
I flew in first class once.
Me too.
So you guys take the floor.
I really don't have much. My nigga, I just had one less seat next to me.
Listen,
That's all it
experience.
was.
They gave me the free drinks in the
I
joint.
didn't have none of that. I don't know what my first class came with, man. I didn't think no extra food menu, none of that shit. I don't even think I was able to drink at that point in my life. 'Cause I was
I mean, you
mad
should never
young.
do first class on domestic flights. I saw someone say that, and I think I wholeheartedly agree. I think if you're going,
I'm with that.
I feel like if you're going far, yeah, I would probably consider it. But I feel like my first class flight was
I
like
feel as though like
to fucking Atlanta or some stupid
mine
shit
was
like
too.
that. I know it was with my mom. And we got it on
Because to
accident.
me, domestically, it's just like I'm getting off the plane first.
yeah, I think that's the thing. I
it's
think
about to.
that's kind of like the only perk, right?
Yeah,
like we're
to
all
me.
going to the same place.
Yeah.
No one is getting there any faster than the next
Like,
person.
why am I paying $700 more for this?
So that's my thing. Like,
Hot towel,
My nigga.
blanket.
yes, a blanket and a pillow
Yeah.
and some extra leg room.
Yeah. A whole lot of extra leg room for what I seen.
check bags all coming out at the same time.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Niggas
Like,
at first class.
I'm be the first nigga waiting.
Niggas at first class.
On my bag.
Be at the baggage claim with you,
right?
And you just be looking at each other like,
right. And then my suitcase right here,
like,
and you still waiting.
You know what's crazy though? When you go on a plane, they look at you like you just some trash though. This is like,
because I'm walking to the back.
Like, damn, my nigga, yes.
And then I get some.
Yes, I'm row 29, my nigga.
And
like,
then we
yeah,
get the baggage claim. My bag come first.
Come on,
who's
son.
trash?
What you doing, bro? Yeah.
I'm out of here.
The airport
Niggas definitely been looking at you like.
The airport is one of my favorite places because it's just nasty workers all over, and everybody has like, you don't know what someone is traveling for. Some people are traveling to start a new life. Some people are traveling to see a life end. Some people are there to celebrate the most momentous of occasions. Right. Some people are there to celebrate the most traveling to travel. Some people are just there just because they have a
buddy pass by any mans that work for the jump. Right. Like, it's all
there
nasty.
People
niggas on standby for 8 hours.
There are literally people who are just there
they
because
finally made it on.
They haven't traveled in years, and this is their weekend of travel. And now they're traveling. Bro, it's such an interesting group of different people. And it's so funny that, like, I think if they
airport bars are some of my favorite bars.
I think if they abandon first class,
I'm a fan.
If they abandon first class, human civilization will be a bit better.
You said what'll be better?
If they abandon first class, human civilization will be a bit better.
That's a little extreme.
I think
we're attacking classism
because I think if you separate people in such a, I would say, like, terrifying moment, because think about it, anytime you get in a plane, like, that has to be terrifying. Like, your life could literally end, like, at any moment. Like, plane could, engine blow, anything could happen.
That's another thing about first class. Your life is not more secure than mine.
Like, anything could happen at any point. Boom, boom, boom. So,
actually might be more in danger. Me watching, I forgot the show I used to watch.
Disasters,
airplane disasters. Yeah, they said that first joint be getting fucked
the
up.
Cockpit, getting fucked up.
Getting fucked up in the front. That middle area, you might be alright there. Yeah. That first part, getting detached.
You got the wings for sure.
Yeah, that first part, nigga, you get detached, my nigga. And you might tumble into some shit. You might be done. Niggas in the middle, man. Hey, row 29. 21, 29. Yeah, I mean, window seat.
Man, we good, baby.
But greater point is that you never know what can happen. So when you eliminate first class, there will be far more, I think, interaction and conversation with people
on the plane.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
I believe so.
You talk to the random niggas you sitting next to on the plane?
I do.
Depending on who I'm with.
I'm not sitting there.
If I'm with Bay, we're probably not talking to anybody.
Facts.
And if you're by yourself, you're interacting?
Probably so.
Every time I travel by myself,
there's probably been like at least some conversation. It might not be like 3 hour trip.
Oh, you're getting the peanuts too? Yeah, that's what you get. I'm not getting none of that at all.
Oh, maybe I'm reading or something, or maybe I see something on my phone. I say something, I'm wearing something. There's always some little, like I said, even if it's like a 5 to 10 minutes, just like if I'm by myself.
Because I remember one time I was flying.
There's been times where I've been like drunk, so there hasn't been any conversation. I've been throwing up, or like I've been like
Charles is that nigga on the plane.
Yeah. Oh my goodness,
forgot that story.
One time I was throwing up coming back from Miami.
Yeah, you did say that story.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dumb early,
bro. Shawty was just looking at me. I was like, "Look, man, I'm drunk," and she's like, "I was like, I'm drunk," and she just like shook her head. I was like, just put my head back and started throwing up.
She probably told stories, but she probably still telling these stories.
I hope she does, because it was fun. I had a great time that Outbound week.
I was flying down to Miami. I was watching something on my phone, and Shorty next to me was like, "Oh, I watched that too," and I was just like, "We got in a conversation."
The only time I ever had interaction on a plane with someone is in my Orlando days when I used to watch the movies on the plane, and I used to watch New Jack City on the plane. And there was mad sex scenes in that joint, and niggas was just like, "Yo, like my kids," was like, I was just like, "Bro, like, what are you talking about? Leave me the fuck alone." You know, like my headphones are on. Like, what are you talking about?
Wow.
Tell your kid to look the opposite way, my nigga. Like, what are you talking about?
So hold on, my question is, as a father now, because I wanted to stop.
Don't watch this nigga's screen. Like, what are you talking about?
So hold on. So if you want to play with J9 and somebody is watching New Jack City,
for one, J9, go to sleep, my nigga. Like, what are you doing on the plane? Like, go take your ass to sleep. The hell? And yes, if he's up, don't watch that shit. Shield that nigga off. Like, let this man watch his shit.
His own screen.
That too. Like, yo, occupy your kid's time. I'm watching New Jack. Niggas is getting clapped. Crack is getting smoked. Why are you mad at my fucking screen? Tell your kid to look elsewhere, man.
And bitches is getting canceled.
My damn headphones was in. You not hearing shit. Now you in my business at this point. You in my lap.
I feel that. I feel that.
I just want to know, as a father, you would be okay with this. And you're telling me yes, so that's all I need to know.
My nigga, I'm in my own row. Why is your kid in my row?
Nosy ass kid.
J9, why are you looking over there? Stop looking at that. Don't tap me like, yo, can you turn? No, I'm not turning this off. This is how I get through my flight. My flight is 2 hours and 2 minutes. This movie is 2 hours and 12. I'm going to watch all of this. By the time it's halfway over, nigga, we landed. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to pass the time. But your kid is in my row, so I got to turn this off? Nah. And J9, nigga, no. Nigga, no. Fuck, hell, you too. The hell? Why are you over here? Don't look over there. Look out the window. You know what I'm saying? Look at the scenery or some shit. Why are you looking at fucking Nino Brown and shit? Stop it. That was the only time I had interaction with
You're a degenerate. That man is probably telling stories about you, man. It's fucking
this dumbass.
This young lady at an airport bar on her way back from Arizona in 1 year.
1 year? It was last year.
I love a bar at the fucking plane.
Airport bars are weird because it's literally either the degenerates or the degenerates, the people who just need something.
I need the degenerates around me.
The degenerates or the degenerates, people who just need some like quick food, or people who are just like mad drunk and are going through it. But airport bar people be going through it, boy. That's what you be hearing in the big conversations. You be
That's
like,
why I love it, Charles. People watching is one of my favorite things. And then people just be talking loud the drunker they get, and I'm like, yes. Tell your business.
I was at the gym. I was just doing work, bro. I was still on the clock. I had both my laptops. I was editing a podcast. Like, I was just like, but let me get a couple Long Island's, though. Like, yeah. That's my go-to drink at the fucking airport.
For real?
Long Island?
Long Island.
Crazy.
Give me 3. Take 2 pisses. I'm going to get on this plane and go to sleep. That's it.
Next time I went to the airport, I got gin and tonic.
Nah, I do the Long Islands. He's fucking my mans up, yo.
Crushing that niggas, man.
I ain't see this angle.
Shouldn't have been over there.
Look at my guys. Look at the guys in blue. Not helping at all.
Sound like pussy. They don't want to be called gang members.
your face serious. Hey, man. Man, I really find that funny, though. Like,
serious consequences? No, he said criminal.
I really find it funny that the man told you don't watch Alito. That's so hilarious.
Yeah, I forgot what other movie I used to watch. It was a couple I had downloaded. It was definitely that. I think that was the most intense jump. And I was like, yeah.
But see, eliminate first class and we'll have more experiences like that. It's a good learning experience for the kid.
We wasn't in first class.
That's my point. So if more
there's only like what 10 to 16 niggas that are in first class.
because the way the seats are done, if they
6 rows.
I definitely think it's like 8 to 10.
If you
Six
depending on the size of the plane.
I'm not saying you know how wide them seats be. If you change that, it's vibes, bro.
It's definitely only 2 per though, for sure.
All right. Well, please don't cancel us for this episode. We try to do our best to make.
We ain't say anything anti-Semitic.
Yeah, we did it. If anything, I think we agreed. Kanye was wild. This might be the first time we.
If anything, we showed them why they should honestly be upset.
Fact. Damn. I'm sorry, Kanye. See you.